Yo, what
Down,
is
down.
it? What is good? What is going on? We got Champ over here playing with his
Hey,
dog. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Y'all know what it is. Welcome to another exciting episode of the HOGside. I'm your host CJ, and you know what it is. This is your co-host DMV Champ. My
what
man
it
be
do?
himself. So, man, I gotta say, this is the second episode of the fourth season. Four seasons. Four seasons,
Man,
man. Four
yeah,
seasons.
that's crazy.
Man, I gotta thank everybody who's been watching, who's been inspiring us to keep doing this. Yeah, we went on a hiatus for a little while, but now we're back, and we're glad to be back. We're glad to be back. We're glad to keep talking football. Glad to keep talking Commanders football, and now we're back. We got a new owner, new coaching changes, and everything to just catch everybody up. So y'all already know how this goes. We talk about the hot topics. We like to hear from the fans that's in the comment
All the
section
time. Yep.
all the time. You guys wanna get on this live show? Just let us know. We'll get you on here. Always know that the Hog Side is always able to be available after the show on all major streaming platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all the major streaming platforms. And you can follow us on Twitter at the Hogside for more Commander updates. Make sure you guys also join the community, HTT Community Commanders. That is also brought to you by Red Zone and the Lab. All right, just want to
Make
throw that
sure you
out
follow
there.
up on Twitter.
Make sure you do. Make sure you do. So let's get this thing going to popping.
Yes, sir.
Started it off, been the major talk. Been the major talk. Ron speaks to the media yet again. So we got to figure out what's been going on, right? So apparently, what happened is there were some players who had an issue with the intensity going on with EB's, coaching intensity. So they go to Ron and they say, "Hey, Ron, we don't really, we got a little concern about the intensity of the practices on the EB." And Ron goes, "Talk to EB about it. You grown man. Talk to EB
Exactly.
about it." And he comes out to the media about it. He brings it up in the media, to talk about it. And fans did not like it. Fans didn't like it. So this is why we here. Fans didn't like it. Fans thought that that was something that could have been kept behind closed doors, where it kind of undermines Eric Bieniemy in a sense. And I'm like, man, look, these are grown men. These are grown men. Stop being soft. Stop being soft. You grown men making millions of dollars. And you telling me you going to the coach telling me, oh no, the practices are too hard. You don't deserve to be on my team then, brother.
Respect.
Can't be on my team if you complaining.
Did they say who those players were that were complaining? I know they probably did not.
No, but I got an idea who.
Who?
Benjamin St. Juice. He been getting cooked by Terry the last week. He been getting cooked by Terry. I don't know, man.
This is how I
He,
look at this situation, though, bro. It's right and it's wrong on both sides. And hear me out on this.
I'm
My
listening.
problem, my problem with Ron is he do talk too damn much. He say things, and then when the media takes it, you got to understand this is training camp, preseason, off season, whatever. Still, the media is looking for anything to make a narrative and a story out of it, even in the smallest
Right,
little thing, they want to
right.
blow it up. So me personally, I'm gonna look at it this way. I don't take this scenario, this situation serious. I don't at all.
I hear you.
Two, like I said, if it is Benjamin St. Juice, he need to just focus on staying on the field and focus on the defensive side of the ball. He shouldn't be worrying about the offensive side of the ball. Now, I kind of understand why they went to Ron, and this is the reason why I understand why they went to Ron. They don't know Airbnb like that. They don't know him. they're not too fully comfortable around him. He's a different character than he acts and do things a certain different
How
way
long?
compared to what they used to. Hold
How
on.
long EB? How long EB been offensive coordinator?
This year.
How
It's been
long though?
months. Months.
Yeah, it's been a good almost 6 months, right?
I mean, yeah,
Almost.
since he signed, but if you
Yeah.
want to come OTAs and everything, it's only been
All
three, 4 months.
let's say 4 months.
Hmm.
4 months. He already told you what his expectations were. He already told you what his standards were. You know his standards by seeing him in Kansas City. You should know that these practices was already going to be intense already.
But
You
ask me
know,
this one, but hear me out though. What I was saying is when they went to run with comfortability. And what this is where I come in to the employee employer discussion. What Ron did, I feel like it was a messed up thing because I'm like, dude, you just stirring up unnecessary drama. I do believe he should have kept that in the house. If Bill Belichick or somebody or Mike Tomlin, one of those
man,
dudes, hold, let me finish, bro. When those dudes have issues, they handle it in the house and they got their situation under control. By Ron doing that, you kind of sort of, from the perception view, you're throwing EB under the bus. That's just real talk. And EB handled that joint with class. He handled it the way I love his energy is why he bees himself and he doesn't give a damn what nobody thinks, says, or anything. This man is focused. He talks focused. He has a goal that he's trying to set, and he got a point he's trying to prove. And like you said, CJ, I agree with you. Is either these dudes gonna get on the board or they're gonna get their ass cut. Plain and simple. This is not a lead to coddle, but this is not a lead to coddle NFL players. But they used to doing it. You got to understand. The NFL is trying so hard, as players wise, they're trying so hard to get the same treatment NBA players are getting, and it's not going to work. The NBA has to deal. The NBA has to deal with less individuals compared to dealing with over 49 to 50, 53 players on the roster. It's a total difference. You got grown, like you said, you got grown men that are millionaires. You got grown men that are millionaires, and I 100% agree with you on that. But like I said, this is a new age era. CJ, we grew up in a different era. We don't understand it, but I'm trying to put myself in some of these guys' shoes. We're not really there all day, every single day at training camp. We don't know what the hell is really going on behind closed doors. I'm not making excuses for it, but when I'm with you, if you feel like this is too much for you, pull EB and Ron to the side like a man and address the situation. And then if they feel like you're not the right person for their team, they're going to move your ass and cut you. It's end of the story. And EB made it clear there's always a for hiring sign on the outside. So that's the way EB looks at it. And these guys got to have that mentality that they want to be on the team. But if not, but like I said, at the same time, Ron mishandled that situation. I just think he did.
Stop being soft. Stop being soft. Ain't no place on my team but the soft dudes, man. Ain't no
I
place.
agree with you.
Like I don't know, man. Like Ron does have a habit of putting his own foot in his mouth, right?
And
That's
that's
one
what
thing
I
I
feel
can't
like he
say.
did. That's exactly what I feel like he did.
That's one thing that I can't agree on is Ron has a habit of putting his foot in his own mouth, right? And I I think I can speak when it comes to fans though, is that we tired of hearing Ron talk to the media at the worst time.
I just feel like he's
But
just stirring an unnecessary narrative. It's the
I
whole.
mean,
It should have been handled.
I don't believe there's a narrative. Me personally, I like the whole. I didn't think I was gonna like the sharing, everything, broadcasting. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
I didn't like the idea of doing hard knocks. But now when I think about it, is maybe this is something that we do need. Maybe we need this to be a reality check. You know, maybe we need this to be a reality check. And to be honest with you, man, you going to the coach because you can't hang in these practices.
I want to
Hey
know who the
look,
players are.
hey
That's all
look,
I want to know.
hey look. I bet you. Even if it's my favorite player, Dax Mill, I bet you for that.
Well, for
I bet you
Benjamin
for
St. Juice,
that. Yeah.
but I don't think it wasn't just him. It was more than one player.
Yeah. It was multiple players. It was multiple players.
But like I said, they not used to being coached that way. I'm not making excuses for them. I'm really not, bro. But I'm just like they're not used to making coaches that way. And like I said, I feel like if it's a man, if you're a grown ass man, and like EB doesn't give me intimidating factor. You know what I'm saying? Like when EB, I don't even know EB. If I would met EB, I'm keeping it 100 with him. Like EB bringing full grown man, black man, nigga, excuse me, black man energy. That's exactly the vibe I get from him. He
I
gives
mean,
you
I get it.
straight. He gives you straight black man energy. He's gonna be himself, and you should. And me as a player, and this dude is so he's you seeing this dude every day. He's in your face every day. Practice is over. You can pull him to the side. There's no more business hours. You like, hey coach, I appreciate you everything you're doing. I think you need to tone the tone down when you come and talk to us. Sometimes, it's a certain way of handling things. It just
Mhm.
you run it to Ron, and you think Ron is old school, just like him. They made it clear when they got it. That's how they met. You know what I'm saying? They had the old school mentality. Like I said, these dudes are so used to because they feel like they're millionaires and they consider themselves huge assets. They feel like they need to be coddled. Their needs need to be met. And they're to a certain extent, but when it comes to getting coached, and this team needs it, bro. Me and you both know this team needs it. This team needs hard coaching. They need some guys to get in their face and tell them that they're wrong.
Stop being soft.
But once again,
Like, you know
by
how Ron,
Ron
you know
mishandling
how,
it, now you
you
got
know how,
everybody across the whole media thinking our team is soft butt cheeks right now. Straight up.
like you understand, and I'm glad the players are on social media, upset about it. Listen, hey, look, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna hear me good when I say this, right? You used to the Scott Turner. You used to the way Scott Turner did things. This ain't Scott Turner anymore.
Scott Turner didn't even
Get
work. That's what I'm saying.
get it out your blood. Get it out your blood. It ain't Scott Turner anymore. Stop being soft. You can't hang. You can't hang. Hey, look, you can't hang. Let the next man is trying to get a roster spot do it. I ain't got
Respect. I can't
I,
argue with you on it.
I ain't got time for whiny babies. You want me to tell you when you can be a whiny baby? Pee wee football. You can do that in pee wee football.
I
Go back
thought you did not tell him to go to Pee Wee football.
go back to pee wee football and go ahead and whine and complain about the practices. Don't come to the pros and complain about how intense the practices are. That's
Especially when
it.
you want that check.
Especially when you want to check. Not when you're making millions of dollars. Not
Man,
when
I'll go out there and
not
practice for eBay right now for one of their chats. You got me fucked.
you wouldn't.
Bro,
Hey,
I
look,
was sued up, yeah.
give me a
Which one?
give me a $500,000. Give me $500,000 on the contingency of me making a roster. Give me a just give me a chance. Give me a chance to see if I won't try to make the
You
roster.
gonna give it all you got because you getting that check, that bag you provided for your family.
Come on, man. So just let us know how y'all feel about it, man. How y'all feel about the whole Ron coming out to the media. There's more to come with that. So just make sure y'all comment. My man, Telly Tail, what up, Tail?
Hey,
So, man, stop being
like I
soft,
said,
man.
yeah, I can't argue with you on that, bro. Like I said, I just feel like Ron
Oh,
mishandled it. Like he just mishandled the situation. I just felt like he should have kept it on the hush.
I mean, should he though? I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know, man. I sort of like Ron coming out into the media about certain things, man. It's like this right here shouldn't even be blown up as much as
but it
everybody thinks.
is. That's what I'm
You know what
saying.
I'm saying? Like,
By him doing that, CJ. Now every player they interviewing now, they asking about, oh, so what's your feelings about even the coaching? I'm not trying to hear that. I want to hear about the passes, the catching, the drills, and everything. Now this is a topic. This is what I'm telling you. Even though it's like this is a small thing, I personally feel that's so minuscule to us as a fan base. It should be to me. It is. But since the media is thirsty, they're looking for stories. They're looking for narratives, bro. They're going to blow this up.
we are now. the Commanders. We are now the Commanders. We have a new owner. We have a new offensive coordinator, a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator. We got a new ownership group. It's a new system in town. The radar is on the Commanders now. The NFL, the NFL world now has their eyes on the Commanders. And it won't it from now on, it will those eyes will stay on us. No matter if we win, no matter if we lose, it will stay on us. You know?
No, I feel
Um
you.
we got a special guest in the building. Uh
Uh-oh.
what Commander Fanatic knows how to talk ball too, and I'm pretty sure, he gonna have a little pushback on what I think about this whole Ron situation.
Well, like I said, I just think it's tedious. It's not. It's the media is making it bigger than what it is.
My boy Trail, what's going on?
Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good with you?
How you
What's going
feeling,
on,
man?
fam?
Man, I can't call it, man. Y'all got to bear with me, man. I got the kiddos in the background, so
Hey man, it's
You
all
good,
good.
bro?
It's all
You
good.
good? You good?
all is well, man. Hope everything good y'all way.
Absolutely, absolutely. We just talking about this Ron situation. Him coming out into the media. The
Man,
players
what's your
talking about.
personal intake on that, bro? What's your personal intake on that?
So honestly, like as soon as he said it, I was like, man, like, why did he say that? Like, I felt I didn't take okay. Initially, I'm like, yo, you need to shut up, man. Like, you talking too much. I didn't take what he was saying as like, I know some people were saying he was trying to slight EB or throw people under the bus. I never perceived it as that. I didn't think he was trying to do undermine anybody or be negative at all. I think he was just being completely honest and too honest about stuff that should stay in house. Um,
Thank you.
Yes, I don't like the fact that some players were 100% bought into the system, but that's to be expected, man. But at the end of the day, that's nobody's business, including the fans. Like we should know that. Let that be aired out after the fact, not right now. Because what we're seeing from the media, like that's what we don't need that kind of attention right now. In my opinion, we don't need that.
So that's my question though, because that's the perception that I think everybody is getting, is that these players aren't all in to the system. What if they are all into the system, but they didn't expect for the system to be this intense? You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those
Yeah.
things where, like you sit down with your new manager, your manager, let's say you've been working at a job for 20 years, right? The 21st year comes in, the new fiscal year comes in, you get a new boss, you get a new HR. They sit down with you, they let you know the expectations, they let you know the standards, and you're like, all right, okay, I've been working here for 20 years. It shouldn't be that hard. Well, well,
It's different.
guess
It's
what?
different.
It's different now. It's a different way you got to sign in. It's a different way you got to clock out. Different way you got to clock in. It's a different way you got to send emails. It's a different way you gotta send an email to take days off. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
the
you're
system,
right. You're right.
so the system is different now, and you ain't expect this. So you go to HR. I'm like, hey, look, some of these things that boss man got us doing. And it's just gonna take some time. I don't think it's right. And so you get mad. So you get mad at HR for telling the boss what everybody feedback is, and the boss send a whole email out to the whole staff and say, "Hey, look, we got some people that that ain't fond of. We got some people that ain't fond of or doesn't trust this new method. But guess what? Just talk to HR, and we'll try to make things. We'll try to change things, or y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Suck it up."
But you know what, CJ? It's worse than just sending an email to the staff because what HR did, HR actually had a town hall, a public town hall, and announced that, hey, it was team members on Team XYZ that was
Acting soft.
complaining about this new system that we implemented. So you just told
Just
all
just
of the,
just call it
the
what it is, Trail. Just being soft.
nah, that's I mean, that's but to me, that's the separate conversation. That's an entirely separate conversation. The main conversation is why does the public know about the fact that we have players that could potentially be soft? You don't want to have that narrative out there in the public, and that's
CJ,
where the
that's what I was
media.
trying to tell you, bro. It
So
was mishandled. Now you got other players around the league looking at us as baby ass soft. They're just being honest with you.
so
It's over my head now.
so would you feel the same way if we were selected and accepted to be on Hard Knocks? That's my question. Because
I'd rather find it do hard knocks that way than have my own head coach come out and just
if
start up a narrative.
if you
I'm just
if
being honest with you.
but what I'm saying is if you say you don't like it now, you wouldn't like it at Hard Knocks either. Because there everybody would
But
still
hold,
say
CJ, your
everybody
comparison,
would
your
still
comparison's a little off though, bro. You gotta look at it this way. Hold on, and I apologize for cutting you off. Here, this way. Hard Knocks is Hollywood entertainment, so that's separate. This is like more in depth person in real life shit.
that's
Because
what
you,
Hard
like I
Knocks
said,
is
that's like
though.
me going.
That's what Hard Knocks
Yeah,
is though.
I get that, but Hard Knocks needs to for them to get ratings for us. That right there, if we would have found out on national TV that we got a couple players that would have came in, like you said, Benjamin St. Juice, and he was on Hard Knocks and complaining to Ron about Eric being that right there is going to sit there tell me you're not going to want to see the next episode and find out what's going to happen.
Right.
Let's be
And,
honest. It's entertainment, bro. That's how
I
they. But I
mean,
get what you're saying. It's soft baby shit, regardless, bro. I get what you're saying. It's a bad. Ron should have. Like I said, I understand what you're saying clearly, bro. But I personally feel like Ron mishandled that situation because we was all think about it. Before this had happened, you didn't hear anything negative about us so far at all. Since Dan Slater stepped out the building, everything's been positive. Everything has been on point. Until Ron sat down, I don't know. Ron smoked a blunt before practice or something. Slim, I don't know, bro. He started talking off at the gums, and then when he talk off at the gums, it made it seem like you said, everybody's not buying into EB's his scheme. And it's putting the persona. Now you got other players around the NFL, Tyreek Hill, them like, yo,
champ,
we all been through it.
and to that point, that's the main part of the message that's being missed is the fact that hey, yes, we did have some soft, some soft looking players initially, but this was at the very beginning when we started this thing. Since then, all of those players have bought into what we're doing, and we're seeing production.
before
And that's
EB.
why I said I really feel like I get what
Before
he was
EB.
saying. No, it's not even before EB. It's since EB. Like, they fixed that issue. EB has talked to them. They said, hey, look, this is how it's gonna be. Either get with it or get gone. And I think
Disagree.
since then the players have responded to it. Whoever was complaining, like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm just gonna buckle in and go on because the reality is like, yeah, it's been some up and downs, but I think everybody is truly fighting to be on this team. And the guys that we are speculating to have, potentially said something to Ron, even those guys have been producing in camp. So I think that the message has been, pushed out and received well at this point. And that's kind of like what I guess Ron, my fault, man. I told you I got the
You
kid.
good,
No,
bro?
you
You
good,
good?
bro.
but that's why I say I think that's the main point that's being missed in this all is the fact that yes, even though those guys had some issues in the beginning with the intensity, they have caught up and they're bought in fully, and the guys are clicking and we're doing well with it. Like that's what I wanted my head coach to say if he's going to put that message out there that some people complained about it, but he didn't follow up with that. And that's what the media took and ran. And now we have all these ugly ass narratives that's out there about our team. But I
Hey
will
man,
say
look,
it could
we
potentially be a motivator. So
I
exactly.
just
I'm not,
thought about that just now. I literally
Hey,
just thought about that
hey,
just now.
hey. So
I,
look. On that note, right? DC dude, Telly said, man, the players know who it was that went to Ron about EB. Now all the other players that believe in AB looking at the player sideways.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
but low key, I honestly feel like I said, this is old news. And I really feel like even the players all knew about, who the complaint whenever that happened. I don't feel like that this is new news to the team. I think they're like,
Got
damn,
you.
bro, like why you put that out there at this point,
Thank
especially
you.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the media on our team have been like positive for the past 3 weeks, bro.
But I think
100%
we needed
positive.
this though. I think we needed
Oh
this.
yeah, that's why
I
low
think we
key.
needed this.
So I hate to say and believe that Ron is this ultimate mastermind, but there are some people I gotta get. I call like Aaron Capo. He feels like that Ron low key did this on purpose to create that narrative, to create a season long motivator for these guys. So think about it. If I everything's positive right now on this team, on my team, you know what I'm saying? How can I stir the pot? I can throw it out there that, you know, so guys really complaining about the intensity, man. They really want 100% bought in. Now, I got this narrative that these guys are soft. My team is soft. My team is soft. When knowing damn well this
Mm-hmm.
team ain't soft. And they
Tell
gonna
them.
hear it.
Some of
And
them
they
are.
gonna respond.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have a big issue with grown men going into the locker room saying, "Hey, you know, I have an issue with the way these practices been going." You know what I'm saying? It's like going to remember the Titans when he was like, "Hey, look, man, I ain't trying to run no more two of days." What?
Hey CJ,
What?
them tour days used to be a pain in the ass though,
You
bro.
ain't trying to what?
And not trying to defend the guys, but you know, in our reality, we don't even know the extent of the complaint to Ron either. Like we don't really know what was said to Ron. It could have been something like, "Hey, look, Ron, I understand it's intense practice, but you know, it's 105 degrees out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like look, he should still let us get some water, man. Like he ain't got to try to slave us out here.
We
Like,
need
you
a
know what
water
I'm saying?
break.
Something like,
We need a
yeah.
water
I mean,
break.
I
Waters for
don't know.
hell,
cowards.
I'm
hell
saying.
yeah, hell
Waters for
yeah.
cowards.
Yeah, like because at the end of the day, this is not high school. These are professionals. So like to say, nah, you ain't getting no water until y'all get this drill
Waters for
right. You know what I'm
cowards.
saying? Like, bro, I
Waters
feel
for the
like there's
weak.
a line.
Waters for the weak. Waters for washing blood stains off that uniform, man.
Go ahead, CJ.
Yeah, you crazy.
But but it was to what you were saying. Chris said the same thing while you were saying it. You know, they all knew what to expect. There's a sign out front, taking all applicants, give it the program, man. Hey, look, stop being soft. All right,
Stop being soft.
give it the program.
Stop being soft.
Give it the program, man. That's all I'm saying. This ain't Pee Wee football, man. You want to go back to Pee Wee football? Hey, look, Pop Warner right around the corner, dog. Pop Warner right around the corner.
Yeah, I feel you though, CJ. I feel you.
But listen, all that did was put a chip on every player
I
on
hope
this
it worked.
team.
I hope that's
That
the.
that
I
that
hope that's the motive.
You want to know
especially the
what
guys
tweet?
especially the guys that's really taking camp serious and like, look, I understand EB is hard, but I'm really doing this shit. I'm out here. I'm doing this.
Right.
Like I would take offense to that because to me it's like, bro, I get EB hard and everything, but like pause, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get EB, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing, but I'm really I can take this. I'm built for this. Like that would make me low key like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna show y'all, you know what I'm saying? Especially like I'm thinking somebody like a B-Rob, bro. B-Rob ain't just sitting back just listening to that. Like, bro, all right, yeah, y'all go see. My nigga got shot. My dude got shot in the knee. You know what I'm saying? Come on,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, we got like we got some dogs. We got some dogs on this roster, right? We
Oh
got some
yeah,
dogs
bro.
on this roster. We got some
Yeah.
monsters on this roster. And then we got little chihuahuas on this roster, right? You know what I'm
So,
saying?
hey,
You know
but
what I'm
you know
saying?
what?
So
Chihuahuas got bite too. And if you stir them up the right way, they'll get
yeah,
feisty. And that's what I'm saying. Like,
they fight in packs.
hey, but listen, it's a mob mentality. It is football, and sometimes you
Facts.
need them little chihuahuas. So hopefully, you know, like I said, this spurs some type of motivation for the team in its entirety, including the
Yeah,
guys that were complaining. So
Absolutely.
I'm not going to keep looking at this situation as a negative. You know, I listened to Ron Presser today. I take the apology. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, Ron ain't perfect. He's you know what I'm saying? And you know, we all have our opinions on the guy.
yeah,
But you know, he owns up to his mistakes, and I mean, if we can't discredit that, and you know, I hope him well for a good season. You know, despite no matter what the outcome is for him, I'm hoping in his entirety the season as well. And I hope him well as well. So like I said, just hope this turns into a positive more than the little negative that we've been dealing with.
Yeah, just
Yep.
like Chris said, man, we're gonna look back at this moment and say this is where the team and the players changed, man. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
pen that,
Hey, this
pen that.
definitely
Like
yes.
one of the best tweets I've seen so far was Jeremy Reeves was like soft.
Oh
Nah,
yeah,
it was Cam Curl responded back too.
yeah, Cal Curl, yeah.
Yeah, but Jeremy Reeves, I'm like, hey Reeves, stop acting like Ron ain't cuss you out when you laid a bad hit last season, Holmes. You better stop that. Yeah, you better stop that, Holmes. You know what
Go ahead,
I'm
CJ.
saying?
You one of them dudes, that.
Yeah. But we got another special guest that's knocking at the door, man. You know,
Man,
we got
sit them
Hey,
on through,
hey,
man.
look.
yeah.
Hey, look, while they knocking out, that's a good cue for me to exit out, man. I'm gonna get these kiddos situated, bro.
Hey,
But
we appreciate you, bro, and you
man, I
welcome back on
appreciate
here
y'all,
anytime,
man.
man.
Man,
Hey Trail,
likewise,
you're
bro. I
always
appreciate it.
welcome, man. Always knock
You
on that
already
door when
know.
you're ready to come back in, man.
I got you, my guys, man. Y'all be easy.
All
All
right,
right, man. Be easy.
who was our next follow-up guest?
We got ourselves Mr. Glenn in
Hey,
the house.
Mr. Glenn. What it
What
do,
it
man?
do? What it
What it
do, baby?
do?
Y'all caught me out walking the dog.
It's all good, man. We all just get it's that time and that wind down time of the day. Handle your business, bro.
You ain't lying.
So of
It was
course
a
you heard,
long week for real.
right, exactly, man. So of course you heard us talking about the Ron situation. I just want to, I
Hmm.
want you to give us your brief thoughts about this Ron situation before we go ahead and pivot to the next segment at hand.
I'm gonna tell you, that little spin that Aaron put on it, as far as Ron being the mastermind, was the first time I heard that today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's not a bad, that's not a bad take, but at the end of the day, I think Ron's apology let us know that he might have overstepped it a little bit when he said what he said.
Oh,
I
he
think Ron was kind of
apologized.
feeling himself. Yeah, he apologized this morning.
Bro,
Ah,
Yeah,
I
he
thought you knew.
you didn't know
Yo,
that. Yeah. Go ahead.
whatever he did, he read it very well off paper. So
Yeah, a formal
boo.
written apology, CJ. And I think the reason why, I think it's probably because I think EB might have came to him and said, "Bruh, what are you doing?
Hey,
You set
Chris.
me up for failure with these cats and with the media. You saw how the Odd Couple ran with it yesterday. They did their whole little soliloquy. Pat McAfee did something about it. We had other sports shows all across the national media talking about this nonsense. And all it is was one player or a couple of players for real. And maybe they had a few questions, but it wasn't as big a deal as everybody made it. You know what I'm saying? And I think
yep, I agree.
Boo.
I
that's where
agree.
the problem stemmed from. It wasn't that big a deal. But
Tomato,
Ron,
tomato,
for whatever
tomato.
reason, Ron volunteered information. EB came at him like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And Ron had to formally apologize because I think EB carries a lot more weight than some people might want to give him credit for. Um,
Boo. Tomato, tomato, tomato.
yeah, I can't believe he apologized, but yeah, he had to backpedal on that one like Apke.
Nah, man, you don't backpedal. Nah, man, you don't backpedal on nothing like that. You stand your ground and let it know what it is, man. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about my offensive coordinator, man. You got a problem with the practices. You talk to him about it. Don't talk to me. I ain't running these practices.
That's the energy Ron should have carried, but he took it and ran with it, bro. That's once again he took it and ran with it.
And ran with it.
And
Took
then
it
you had to
and
come back the
ran
next day because he didn't
with
think
it.
what he said was going to blow up. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. Common sense, bro. Just certain things is common sense. Just common sense. You shouldn't just do. True Ken, what
True
it
Ken,
do?
what up with you, man? What up, True Ken? Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Hey, Chris, man. Look, I just sent you the link, man. You know, you always welcome, man. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead.
Hold
Just
on,
go
where
ahead.
Mr. Glenn go?
He right there. He walking the
He
I
dog.
probably
was
had a important
here.
phone call.
So
You know, I ain't trying to watch me shit.
He in the Matrix.
Man, okay, here you go. So what are we talking about? Let's talk about, why Sam Howell, right? Young quarterback, young quarterback, picked in the fifth round. Why Sam Howell? Like, why this kid? Why this kid from UNC? A lot of people don't know much about him. The college football gurus know a lot about him. So why Sam Howell?
Why not? That's all. Like, to be honest with you, bro. Like, why not? Why not, Sam? Like I said, we it's just the huge question mark with him is you just don't know what you're going to get, and we're not going to know till later on this Friday, a couple of days from now. We get to see a little sample, hopefully, fingers crossed, a sample size. But why not him? We done failed at everything else, CJ, when it comes to quarterback situations. Things we made attempts to grab some quarterbacks and it did not work out due to injury and also did not work out to just poor piss play. So why not just take a different direction, see what we got in this kid, fingers crossed, and let's stay behind him. Once again, I want to make sure all fans clearly understand this is going to be a patient thing. I'm not expecting the offense to come out and put up 30 every game. I just don't really see that realistically. I just want to see, to me, compared to the past, I say 3-4 years since Scott been here, I just want to actually see if the offense is actually look like they practice. They actually look like they have a scheme, some chemistry going on. That's what I want to see in this preseason game coming up. So yeah, why not, Sam? Let's rally behind him, do the ups and downs. It's going to be some bad hurdles. He's going to throw some interception games and everything. We have to be fans. We have to be patient with this kid. Let's see what we got.
Man, I gotta address the elephant in the room, man.
What's the elephant, bro?
Y'all need to stop with this Jacoby nonsense, man.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Let it go, CJ. Just please let it go.
I get that a lot of people love Jacoby, man. But this is why Sam Howell the guy. This is why Sam Howell the future. Sam Howell is the future for a reason, man. Like, yes.
Hold on, bro. You don't even know Sam's the future. Right now,
man,
we don't.
Look, he's the future. And look, that's the best thing. That's the reason why he's the future. Because we don't know. We don't know what the future holds for us, right? But it's still the future. We still have one, right?
Yeah, you have a point from that point of view.
So he is our future, man. Who cares if he was drafted in the 5th round? He ain't the only one. He ain't the only one. And he ain't the last either. But I like this guy. I think this guy is better than at least 4 of the quarterbacks that was chosen before him. At least 4 of them. I think he has what we need for this offense. Where, we can move forward. We can put points on the board. And I get that it's only one game with that Dallas game. But to be honest with you, that should show you what he has. That should have showed you at least a little piece of what he brings to the table. He threw a bonehead interception, came back and put points on the board. The guy has it. This kid has it. He has it. And people say, "Oh, it's early. We don't know." I think I know what he brings.
What is it? What is it he brings?
What he brings? He brings that special. You know what I'm saying? Like, he brings that special. For instance, right? Where you eat a dish, right? And you say something's missing.
Yeah.
And you don't really know what's missing, so you take a dash of salt. That ain't what's missing. You take a dash of pepper. That ain't what's missing. You try another seasoning, and whatever that seasoning is, it's bam, it's right there.
So he's the garlic. Man, so he's the garlic salt that's missing. That's what you're saying.
He's not the garlic salt. He's the garlic powder. He's the garlic
Okay,
powder.
respect, respect,
You know what I'm
respect.
saying? He's the garlic powder, man. He's the guy that you don't need too much seasoning to make that dish over the top. And with this offense that we got, this offense that we have, he's the guy that is fit for it. He's mobile, he's agile, he has an arm. Three things that we have issues with the quarterbacks that has come in the last 3-4 years. Bless you.
Thank you.
Under Ron, right? You gotta think about the quarterbacks, right? You know, Garrett Gilbert, Carson Wentz, Jalen Heineke, uh, Mark Sanchez, uh,
Whew.
who else? Well, no, he wasn't under Ron. The quarterbacks that was under Ron? Alex Smith. You
Kyle
know,
Allen,
broken up Alex Smith. Dwayne
Kyle
Haskins,
Allen, Dwayne
Kyle Allen.
Haskins,
You know what I'm saying? Like those guys,
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, like we gotta understand what we have here, man. It ain't often when we got a young guy that has that garlic powder, you know.
Yo, we gotta
And
see if he got it first, bro. That's what
and
I'm trying to tell you.
I want to bring him as advocate because he, you know, me and Telly was fighting all last season about this guy Sam Howell. You know what I'm saying? And I can say that he did convince me that Sam Howell is that guy. Telly, what's going on, Telly?
Man, what's good? Can you see me?
Hell no,
I
man.
can't see you, but I can hear you.
Yeah, now I don't know why you can't see me though. I was trying to fix it, but I don't know. I can't figure it out.
Hey, look, we can hear you, man. As long as we can hear you, you good.
Hey, look, man. Oh man, I love Sam Howell, and I think he's the guy. But you know, him playing so well. Well, I think he's going to play well this year. That's going to take us out of drafting a quarterback in the first round, in my opinion. But I don't think that it should, though. You know what I mean? Like we should still draft the guy. I don't know whether it's going to be first or second round, but we should draft one early still. You know what I mean? Like we shouldn't just stop at Sam. You know what I mean? Like we haven't had a quarterback in the last, what, 30, 40 years. I mean, probably. Like who was the last franchise quarterback we really had? Joe Theismann. You know
Robert.
what I mean? So I don't think we should just stop because we think we found a guy. We should stop when we have found two or three guys.
Hmm. But let me ask you a question though, Teddy. But what if Sam meets everyone's expectation this year? Let's say he goes out there, he has a really good successful because this let's be honest, this is really his rookie season right here. So if he goes out and has a good rookie season this year and everything, you're gonna want to still look for another high quarterback to come in to compete with him to keep him on his toes, or you're gonna just continue to build around him.
Well, I mean, like, listen, I mean, even if Sam comes in and have a good year, like it's possible that there's a guy out there better. You know what I mean? Like I think Caleb Williams is better. Now, I don't think that we're going to get Caleb, but it may be a guy out there better than Sam. You know what I mean? So we should continue to progress instead of just being stagnant with just one guy. What if he gets hurt? You know what I mean? Or like you mentioned, like what if he don't have somebody behind him to actually keep him on his toes? He could get complacent. Plus, you know what? Having like this year right here, you know, showed me the luxury of having a quarterback, you know, a competent quarterback on a rookie deal. You could just do so much for your team if you have a quarterback on a rookie deal. So I would like to keep a quarterback on that rookie deal, you know what I mean? And continue to build our team the way we've been building it. Defensive line, wide receiver, so on and so on. Instead of just, you know, stopping at that one guy, paying that one guy, and now all of a sudden we now all of a sudden we kind of get stagnant as a franchise.
Nah, and you have a very valid point on everything right there. I never looked at it that way because me personally, I would have looked at it this way. If Sam goes out and balls out this year, I'm going to continue to build around Sam and then stripping up all the other positions on offense. Like you said, to continue to draft good offensive linemen to keep him protected. And like you said, I would still probably draft a quarterback, maybe not in the first round, maybe third or fourth. But I get what you're saying is you don't want nobody to have that comfortability of, yeah, this is my job. Nobody ain't taking it from me. You like, nah, we're going to keep you on your toes because ain't the type of place to get comfortable. I get exactly what you're saying.
Right.
Deuce, what up, Deuce?
Dudes.
So I get what you're saying, Telly. My only pushback is, there's always going to be better guys. I believe that wholeheartedly. There's always going to be somebody better than you. Your job is to keep your job. Keep your job that you best at. And I think if Sam Howell keeps doing what he's doing, keep progressing, and show everybody that he can be the franchise here, I don't think we have to worry about looking at another quarterback. We can keep one just in case a fail safe option. God forbid it to happen, like a freak injury or something like that. I do agree with you on that note, but just to keep getting guys and getting guys and getting guys that you feel like somebody else could be better. I think that's just I think that's just another never ending story of a quarterback carousel that I just don't want to be in anymore.
I mean, no, I get you, and that make a lot of sense. It's just that, man, I done got spoiled, man, with this, whole rookie quarterback thing. You know what I mean? Like having a quarterback that can get out there and make plays, do some things, and he's on a very, very cheap deal. Like, I guess I done got spoiled, especially after coming from Carson Wentz and Alex
Hey,
Smith,
look, we
and
spoiled
having
Telly.
these guys that didn't, produce. You know what I mean? So, I mean, like, usually if you get you a rookie quarterback, you got him for 4 to 5 years. Like, if you haven't won anything in those 4 and 5 years, then it's probably time to move on anyway. And if he did win you something, then you know what? Great. Like, we won, and possibly find his replacement sometime soon.
Yeah, I agree with Chris on this. Like, I feel like if we get our guy, if Sam's our guy that we drafted, he's our guy, and we look at him as a franchise quarterback, yeah, I would start looking for a backup. But like I said, I wouldn't want to try to have someone to come in and compete with him. But at the same time, this is college. And Teddy, one thing I can say about you, brother, you sharp as hell with the college stuff. Because I think I sent you a shout out about the quarterback you kept bragging about, and I was like, dang, he hit that on the nose to show he can play. The guy from Cleveland. So I agree with you on that. Like I said, if Sam's our guy, I'm just going to want us to keep building around him, make him feel home. And that's a feeling, another feeling we haven't experienced as being a Commanders fan. We haven't had our own guy that we can say is our own. So you can't go wrong with that doing the rookie quarterback thing. It's just my fingers is crossed. That's all.
Dude said, "What up? Can't listen right now, but I can read lips." Champ.
Hey, tell him I'm not talking about Chase Young.
Hey, look, man. Hey,
dudes be on my back with that, Jerry.
So I'm gonna ask this question right before we go to the next topic.
Go ahead, bro.
That is do you believe that Sam Howell is in trouble? His starting position is in jeopardy by the likes of Jacoby Brissett.
Are you asking me or Teddy?
I'm asking y'all too, and I'm asking the viewer.
My thing is this, and I'm just thinking realistically. If Sam goes out there and I say they might give him 6 weeks on a leash. So if he goes out and he's not looking sharp enough, they're going to give him to about week 6, maybe week 8. And then they're going to throw Jacoby in, regardless if you like it or not. Because if he's a seasoned veteran and they're going to roll with him. Me personally, I want Sam to play every goddamn game on that schedule. He needs to play.
I disagree because I watched Ron Rivera allow Taylor Heineke to struggle. The only valid reason Carson Wentz even came back in was because Taylor Heineke was injured. If Taylor Heineke didn't show that he was injured or show that he was hurt, Carson Wentz probably would have never seen the field.
You got to go back, bro. You got to go. Sorry to cut you. You got to go back. It wasn't an injury. It was him struggling on games, and we was losing. We were on that short losing streak after he won that 5 in a row, and that's when we wasn't scoring no points because the defense was getting teams off the field, and we were struggling. So Ron wanted something else.
No. So that Giants game when he got blindsided by KT. When he got blindsided by KT and he was holding his arm.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's but I don't think his job is in jeopardy. I don't think his job is in jeopardy. To be honest,
Hey, go on, let it out, let it out, let it out, let it out.
I've seen Jacoby and what he has to offer as a starting quarterback in his career. I've seen it. I don't want to see it again.
I wouldn't
I'm
mind seeing it again. That's just me.
I do. I mind seeing it. And here's why. I like I'm spoiled right now, bro. I got a
With
young
what?
quarterback. I got a young quarterback that I can experiment with. And his contract is low. Is you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to worry about the contract.
We
You
ain't
know
got to
what
worry
I'm
about
saying?
Jacoby's contract either. They not really paying him nothing.
I mean, but still though, he's still a vet. He's still an old guy. Some
Bro,
people
he's
say
not that old,
that
bro.
some people believe he ain't Pete. He 30,
Uh,
bro. He 30, bro. Sorry. Sorry.
Bruh,
If if
like
you
I
if
said,
you
my
if you
fingers is
wasn't
crossed. I ain't got no height.
if you
It depends on
if
how
he
this
wasn't
goes.
if he wasn't a mobile quarterback, I'd say, oh yeah, he ain't that old yet. But he a mobile quarterback. So your age bracket goes down a little bit. Your age bracket goes down a little
You look
bit
at
with mobile
Jacoby as a
quarterback.
mobile quarterback.
He is. He knows how to get out
Uh,
the pocket.
yeah, he
Yeah,
knows how to
yeah,
scramble
yeah,
here and there, but that's not his
yeah.
his that's not his strong game.
He's a mobile quarterback though. He's not a scrambling quarterback. He's a mobile quarterback though.
Got you, got you.
And mobile quarterbacks, even guys like Josh Allen, your your age bracket as a quarterback goes down. You know what I'm saying? And the pocket quarterbacks, sure, you can stay in this game as long as you got an offensive line. You can stay in this game until you 45. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. You can stay in this game as long as you want. But once you become mobile and your body is on the line now more than usual, that age bracket goes down. And Jacoby, you're 30. You're
Well,
30.
I still think, like I said, I'm not gonna count him out. I just want to
I
see how
am.
things go. That's just plain and simple.
I am.
hey, so look, I look at it like this, right? I don't see a way where Sam Howell fails. Like he just comes in and stink up the joint. I just don't see. I just don't see that happening at all. Like I think that's zero possibility. Zero. And even if he does have some bad moments, I think he's going to also have some good moments, right? He's going to show flashes. And showing those flashes is going to be enough for the coach and Eric Bieniemy to keep him in there. You know what I mean? Because they've
Respect.
seen flashes. So I doubt very seriously, zero chance that he just comes in, shows no flashes, stinks up the joint, and he just got to get pulled because of play. Zero chance that that happens. I think the only way Kobe Brissett gets up in there is if Sam gets injured. That's the only
Okay.
way I see Sam,
I
getting.
agree. No disagreements there.
Fellas, he's gonna play well. I know y'all know this, but he's gonna play well. And
Bro,
I'm
I
I agree
talking
know
with
he's
you,
going to
about
play well, bro. I know he's going to play
right, yeah,
well.
y'all know.
And
But look,
and, and as well,
I'm talking about top 12 to top 15 quarterback in the league well. That's how well, and
if
I
we
think
get that from him, we're gonna be in the playoffs.
well, we're gonna be in the playoffs. Like I'm
and,
already
and
predicting.
tell you, like as much as I'm concerned about this offensive line, right? Even with this offensive line, I still see us as a 10-11 win team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know people say you can't base last year's 8 wins on this season's, but at the end of the day, we had Scott Turner running the offense. You know, and we still got most of the players that was there last season on the offense coming in this season.
Mm-hmm.
8-8 under Scott Turner. The defense didn't really change that much anyway. The only thing that was changed was we brought in Quan Martin and Emmanuel Forbes and Cody Barton
KJ Henry.
and KJ Henry. So I mean those are additions. You know what I'm saying? We were 8-1 last season.
Yep. Hey
This
fellas, I'm gonna
offense,
hey look real quick. I'm gonna try to back out and try to fix my camera and try to come back in.
all
So
right.
Yeah, so give me a minute. I'm gonna see if I can find a way to fix this thing.
Handle your business, bro. Go ahead.
Do your thing, brother. But I just don't think that there's a big if, like a big if, like there's a lot of people giving for Sam Howell. Like
I
they
just
don't
have to
know,
see it with my
and
eyes, bro.
and
I have to see
and
it.
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. You know what I'm saying? You have to see it, but I'm talking about the we don't know if he's going to be great. We don't know if he's going to be the guy that we need him to be. He's a
But
fifth
do
rounder.
we know?
He's a fifth rounder. So we don't know if he can do these things. Listen, again, I know it was one game. I know it was one game. I know it was one game. But
Yeah,
if you sit back and look at that one game and you see how effective he was, how poised he was, his attitude, the way he came on the field, the way he walked off the field as a leader, it's one game. But sometimes that first page in the book, that first page in the book is what makes you keep reading that story.
gotcha.
You can
But
read
like,
that one. You can read the one page in the book and say, "Nah, I don't want to read the book anymore.
because you've seen enough.
You've seen enough." Jacoby
Yeah.
Brissett.
TJ, come on, bro. Like I said, me personally, I'm all about perception, and I have to see it. I'm the type of dude like I'm not gonna bet or do something that I don't know what I'm getting myself into. You taking a like right now, the draft is a risk, it's a gamble. So we pushing all the chips in behind the kid. We letting him know like yo, we're supporting you. You got the whole base, the fan base, and everything behind you. Go handle your business. I'm just saying until we see more, I can't sit there and just automatically assume. Like the one game he had from Dallas, it was solid. To me, he showed he can play. That's all. I'm like, okay, you show me you can play, but I need more consistency. I need to see more than just 19 passes from him. I need to see how Sam reacts if we getting our asses kicked. We down 17 points. Can he keep his same cool and calm and push us to get us back into the game, or is he going to fold up like a burrito because the pressure's on him now? You know what I'm saying? Like it's different things I'm looking at from a perspective of what I'm want to see from Sam. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can't just go up there and just count him and be like, oh yeah, he's going to ball out. He's going to be this. He's going to be that. We all have to see it. It's going to come down to game scenarios. Like I say, if we down 7 or we need a field goal from him, can he march us down from the end zone to the other to win the game? We don't know. You can't just say he's going to be that way, bro. It's all about the perception. What we got to see. We got to see it with our own eyes before we can all just crown the kid.
And
We can't just. It don't make sense.
Chip, turn your camera sideways for a better view.
All right, gotcha.
There you
Bada
go.
bing, bada boom.
Bada boom. There you go. Telly, you back?
Yeah, fam, I'm back. I had to turn my phone off and turn it back on.
We
Man,
can see
what's
your
You
good,
picture.
good,
baby?
baby? You HD.
You got Glenn back too.
I'm back. I'm here. I'm in the middle of the game, but I'm here.
Man, what's up, baby?
Hey
Yeah,
Glenn,
no, I
man.
had to turn my phone off and turn it back on for some reason.
All right, well you here now, man. That's all that matters. So I know you was talking a lot about Sam. So the next question that I do have, right, is the first thing first, we're joined by fellow fans, y'all. All right, we got Telly here. Telly is listen, man, if you ain't heard Telly before, I'm telling y'all, man, Telly is the guy when you talking about hot takes, Telly got hot takes. Telly,
Uh,
nobody takes as hotter than Telly's, man.
yeah.
Nobody takes hotter than Telly, man.
I be
So
trying to spit facts. That's all. I just be trying to spit facts. And like I be trying to get people to see things from a different spectrum. You know what I mean? Instead of just being so, one sided all the time. So
That's
I
the way to do it, bro.
that's the way to be. So preseason week 1 is coming up Monday against the Ravens. We got the joint practice this weekend. I know it's preseason, not really putting much into it, but this is the battle of the Beltway, and we all know that the Ravens is gonna put they all into this as well because they got a record to uphold. They got a record to uphold. You know, so how do y'all feel about this preseason game? This is like the first regulated game for the Commanders. Full refs, the 15-minute clock, everything, the rules, and everything like that. So, what are some things from this weekend coming into the preseason game that you guys are looking to see from not really much of the starters? I guess you could say some starters too, but mainly those guys who are really trying to get a roster spot.
Right. Well,
Like I said, oh, go ahead. What I was sorry for that. What I was going to say is what I was saying earlier. We all can sit here agree. Before this Airbnb era came in, when Scott ran that offense, every first preseason game, if you look at it, it looked like they never fucking practiced, bro. They still looked like they was out of sync, out of order. My main thing I'm going to look for is if the starters are playing, or even if it's second string with Jacoby, I just want to see some chemistry with the offense. I want to see if they actually in a groove. They actually know what they're doing. No one looks out of sync. I want to see our guys that we drafted come in and get a lot of play time. They need to get that game speed, that feel, get comfortable. So that's the things I'm looking for more than anything.
I guess for me, I'm gonna be looking for the offensive line to see how that holds up. Also, the offensive line depth, because if it's one thing for certain, we're gonna lose a couple guys on that offensive line, whether it's for a game or two, or maybe more than that. So, our backups are definitely gonna play this year when we talk about the offensive line. So I'm gonna be looking at the offensive line, like the starters, and see how they play, and also like the depth and see who stands out to me. I want to watch Braden Daniels because I think that tackle position is a weak position, left and right. So I want to watch, you know, that position, primarily, like that tackle position. I want to watch Braden Daniels and also want to watch Lucas to see how he performed. And anybody else that's playing that tackle position. I want to watch the guy Brooks. What's his name? Brooks at the guard position.
Yeah,
I
that's
want to
I
Hmm.
watch
was
him.
going to see him.
Yeah,
Mason
so I'm
Brooks.
a yep. So I'm gonna be mainly focused on that offensive line. Like I got faith in our receivers. I got faith in Sam, but I do want to watch his timing. I want to see, how quickly he gets rid of the ball. And I want to, see what kind of vanilla offense Eric Bieniemy is going to employ. Like every team keeps it, vanilla. You know what I mean in preseason. But I want to see what kind of vanilla offense. Like what's EB's version of vanilla. You know what I mean? So that's what
Hmm.
I'm gonna be looking out for.
I heard the doorbell. Somebody else is at the door.
Uh
Um,
oh, who we got? Who we got?
we got my bad Chris Kabish in the
Kush,
building.
Kush. What's up, fam? Gang, gang. We got the gang in house tonight. Gang,
Yeah,
gang.
Chris, what's going on, man? Then you
Man,
breaking up a little bit.
yeah, sound like you underwater, champ. Yeah, you underwater real good.
Yeah, you underwater, brother. Try to exit out and come back.
Yeah, you gotta get your Wi-Fi extender down in the basement. Yeah, he need an extender. He gotta get him an extender. Hey Glenn, what you oh okay, Glenn done chopped off. Hey Glenn, what you playing, man? But you into that thing too, boy. Look at you. What you playing Madden?
Yeah, you gotta be playing Madden, man.
Got
So,
to.
hey, Terrence. Hey, look, all
I'm
you
playing
gotta
this
do,
game. It's called It
Terrence.
Takes Two, and I have to play it with my wife. So you can just imagine how well that's going.
Yo, so hey, Terrence, all you gotta do, Terrence, man, is send me a DM, and you gonna get the link. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is knock on the door, brother. You know what I'm saying? We don't lock the doors around here. There's no locked doors around here. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're a Cowboys fan. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We lock doors with Cowboys fans out here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we don't lock doors around here. So preseason week one preview against Ravens. You guys pretty much hit the nail on the coffin for me. I'm looking at the offensive line first. That's the first thing I'm looking at. That's the first thing I'm really like, keeping my eyes on because I know people say it's preseason, and I hate to keep saying this, but I was told the same thing last preseason. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was like, "Man, it's preseason." You know what I'm saying? The offensive line is gonna look better when the season comes. Oh no, man, they tally.
I know. Hey, look, listen. I talk that talk now, but come, man, when them bullets flying, bro, like, man, I call it like it is, though. Hey, but look though, man, I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing Deshaun Watson too. Like, I want to see how he look after a full year. In training camp and things of that sort. Like, I want to see Deshaun Watson because Cleveland, they the wild card, bro. Like, if he could come back balling like he was in Houston, Cleveland could be a problem. So I want to see how he look. Because I didn't draft him in any of my fantasy leagues this year because I got no faith in the guy. But I want to
It's
see
so
what he
many
got.
anomalies. So many
Yeah, man.
anomalies.
Exactly. Yeah, but I want to see what he got. I want to look at I want to look at Jerome Ford too. You know what I mean? Nick Chubb's back up. I want to see how he look. So yeah, I want to check
Hmm.
Cleveland out too. I'm just not gonna be focused on the Commanders. I'm gonna be looking at Cleveland as well.
Yeah, one team that I'm definitely gonna be looking at is the Saints. Their running back room is just so nasty. It is something that I'm really looking forward to seeing. When you got Alvin Kamara, Kareem Hunt, and Jamal Lewis. I said Jamal Lewis, Jamal Williams.
Yo, the Saints picked up Kareem Hunt.
Yes, them.
Oh,
But hold on, when did he sign? I mean, because I know he
I
left
didn't know
Indy.
nothing about that.
Yeah, I don't think he signed over yet. CJ, you sure about that? I mean, because he was just a
CJ,
free
you
agent.
see my face? You just crushed my feelings. You know I want us to get Kareem Hunt bad.
But we ain't getting Kareem Hunt. Cut that out, man.
So
Bruh, he fits what we need.
No, he not.
yeah.
How?
From what I read lately, I heard that they are expected to sign both Kareem Hunt and Anthony Barr if both of them capacity physicals and are in shape, per sources. And that was earlier today that I read. But now I'm just reading from Adam Schefter that he left Indianapolis without a deal. They made an offer, but the two sides was unable to reach an agreement. So right now, the Saints are still the highest players for the bid for Kareem Hunt, and Anthony Barr. And the only thing that is barring that right now is to see if they can pass the physical. And
Because from my
I
understanding, Indy offered him a contract, and it was like the biggest
yeah,
contract that he got so far.
and he said no. He left Indy today without a deal.
How much they
So
offer him? Did they say how much they offer?
Nah, they ain't say how much it was, but I mean, just because he left without a deal today, that doesn't mean that he won't think about it and sign it later. But I guess we'll see.
Chris, you there?
Yeah, can y'all hear me now?
There we go. You got that Wi-Fi extender. My man, what you
Got that
talking about?
Wi-Fi had to come out the basement.
So, Chris, what is your thoughts? What are some things that you're looking at with this preseason week 1 against the Ravens? And if you could choose one team other than the Commanders that you're looking at, during this week 1, just to see how things play out, what other team were you looking at?
The Jets. I
Mm,
want to see. I want to see how is this Aaron Rodgers project really going to work? To see if he really is gelling with these guys, and if they are, man, I'm gonna be right up front and say it. The Jets can be real dangerous if they click with Aaron Rodgers, man. It could get real lethal out there. So that's one of the teams I'm gonna be watching for is the Jets. I see you shaking your head, TJ, but you gotta be honest, man. They got a tough defense out there. They got wide receivers that can.
I
They
see
got
Brett
a hell of
Favre.
a wide receiver core, and you put Aaron in there, bro.
I see
You
Peyton
still,
Manning
man,
in Denver.
yeah,
I
yep.
was thinking Detroit Lions is the next team I want to watch. It's too much hype with them. I need to see for myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
I mean
mean,
they were my second one, but I'm really going to be watching the Jets. Detroit was my second, but I'm watching the Jets. But what I want to see with us is that I don't want to. This is what I want to see with us. I don't want to recognize anything. When I say that, everybody sound funny, but I don't want to recognize anything. I
You
want
want to see it?
everything to look new. I want everything to look new and fresh to me. I know it's going to be a watered down type of offense, but I want to see a whole different and even in for preseason, I want to see a whole different intensity. We have guys on the bubble, guys that are really close to competition with other people in this team. That's really going to be fighting for a spot. So that's what I want to see. I want to see who are these guys that's going to step up fight for these spots, and get the job done because we already know we're only taking the best there. There's no more favorites. There's no more names on the back of the jersey. We like this guy. He's been here. We want to keep him on the squad, but we only taking the best, and that's what I like about EB and the whole mindset now. We don't care anymore who you are. If you're not going to perform, then we don't want you because the whole thing at the end of the day is to win football games.
Yo, like it's kind of like what I said, right? Like even though we're going to be vanilla, every team is vanilla. I want to know what our vanilla looks like because I mean,
Right,
because it's pretty
right.
much going to be our base offense. You know what I mean?
Yep,
So I want to see what our base offense looks like.
yep, yep. 100% agree.
When you say base offense, you mean like that's just say if Jacoby has to go win. This is the playbook, right?
Well, I mean, like base being in like formations. Like which formations do we use the most?
Ah,
Like what
right, 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 right,
personnel do
right.
we use the most? 12 personnel, 13 personnel, you know what I mean? You know, things of that sort. So I just want to see what our base looks like. Because every team gonna
Look,
be vanilla. Like if you remember the year in 2012 when we had RG3, our preseason didn't look
Yep.
anything like our week one. And
Nope.
I can
Nope.
kind
absolutely.
of see something similar this year. You know what I mean? You're not
Yep.
gonna see our real offense until week one, and it could look drastically different.
And the thing is, guys, and I don't know, I know CJ's the host, but the question for me is that how long do y'all want to see? What do you need to see out of our starters, and how long do you want to see them? Do you need to see them in 3 games, or do you need to you just want to see them Friday and that's it?
All 3 games. All 3 games. They have to, bro. Like I was just saying before you hopped on, you can go back to the Scott Turner era. Every preseason game, if you go back and watch it, it looked like the offense never practiced. They looked out of sync and everything. I want to see if these guys are in sync or in flotion. They need that. They need to play as much snaps as they possibly can so we can get more comfortable and starting off fast in the season. That's what I really want to see from that offense. I want to see if that offense is gelling or they actually looking like they've been practicing.
I think I might want to see a half, like maybe on Friday night. I want to see a half from the starters, and then the rest of the games, I just need a quarter maybe. If that, some players I don't feel like they need to play anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah. To be honest with you, I because I couldn't stop thinking about it when you said it, and that was Aaron. No, you said Peyton Manning with Denver, and I didn't think about it until you said it, and I'm like, it's not a bad comparison. It's not a bad comparison.
well, you know what? I think the Jets going to win that division. I think that they win in the AFC North.
Yep.
I think that they're going to win it. And I think that the Jets is a Super Bowl contender. Like I really, really do. They just got a team, offense, defense, special team. They got talent everywhere. But listen, I think that we're going to see maybe maybe a quarter Friday, and I think we'll see a half against the Ravens. And look, I'm gonna call it. We beating the Ravens when we play them in that preseason game. We giving them that first L that they've had in preseason in a long time. You
What's
watch. I
their
say we
record, Telly?
almost did it last year. We almost did it last year.
I
You
Yep.
think they
know,
like 22 in a row or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's at 22. Yep.
man, they getting that L this year against us. I promise you that. You watch.
Hey man, look, we man, look, we got one more we got one more person at the door. You know what I'm saying? We got one more. This is what I love,
Hey, CJ,
man.
you about to call this a housewarming.
Gang,
Hey
Right.
gang.
man,
It's a
look,
What
this
you
this
housewarming.
got?
It's a housewarming party, bro.
hey look, this is what I love, man. I love to hear other fans' perspective, man, because usually it's me and Champ talking. You know what I'm saying? So I love to hear other fan perspective. So welcome in another fan, Prayers, what is going on?
Preds in the
Fred, what
building.
up,
What's up, fam?
Fred?
How
What it
y'all doing,
Gang,
man?
do?
What's good?
gang. There he
What's
is.
good? My brothers,
Gang,
what's going
gang.
on?
What's up?
What up
We
with
got
you,
the
Hey,
gang
Frank?
in
I
the
see you
house.
got that
hey,
cigar. We got that. You got that stogie, and you got the stogie.
you already know, man. Hey, congrats, CJ. Congrats, champ. Love what you guys are doing with the podcast, man. It's great stuff, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Respect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
good
prayers
stuff.
while we got you here, man. We're talking about the preseason week one preview versus the Ravens. What are some things that you're gonna be looking at? And other than the Commanders, what what other team do you got your eyes set on starting off?
Dang, man. So Ravens, man. Even before the preseason game, I'm really interested in that scrimmage, man, and I want to see it get chippy out there. I want to see, what I'm saying, their defense against our offense. I want to see how our defense can react to a guy like Lamar Jackson, for whatever they use and show and kind of do with him. I want to see what we can steal from them in terms of the RPO stuff to use with Sam because Sam has some ability with that RPOs, some natural ability. And as far as the game, I'm not sure how much they're going to show there either, but I definitely want Sam and the first team offense to have some time out there just to jail to connect. And yeah, man, that's going to be interesting, man. I really feel like that's going to be a legitimate opportunity for us to, pick up some things about our team and kind of where we are from a mentality standpoint, even with it mostly probably being the backup guys. It's still opportunities. Like I think Chris said that it's still opportunities, for some guys who are trying to make their mark, trying to make it tough for other guys. And Baltimore's always physical. Baltimore's always a physical matchup. Those
Always.
guys are intense. They don't mind hitting. That's the type of attitude that EB wants to instill, right? Bring your lunch pail. So let's see how our guys, second, third string, let's see how they respond to that, man. In terms of a league wide view, man, I got my eye on Philly just to see if that's real. And then, I am like I think Champ said it, I am curious about the Lions. I've been low key kind of following their trajectory over the last 2 3 years. Since they got I forgot their head coach name. But I think getting Jared Goff, who is I think a legitimate quarterback in this league. I think he finished in the top five this year. Over 4,000 yards, 30 some touchdowns. I
Wow.
mean, he was Jared Goff is like kind of reminding the league he's not a slouch. I hate to say it, man, but if they can put it together this year with they drafted corner, right? They signed some corners, so they really want to get that back in to a point where it can match the intensity of that front pass rush with what they did last year, and they could be a sleeper, man. So that's kind of who I'm watching. I think it's gonna be
Coffee in top
interesting.
five.
Golf, no, golf finished, I think, in the top seven. Literally, I think he finished in the top seven last year.
Okay.
I forgot what space we were in, but we pulled the numbers on guys or whatever. Golf had a really impressive year last year, and somebody reminded me, I think it was Trail, that golf, even in St. Louis, he wasn't really he wasn't terrible. He wasn't terrible.
Los Angeles, you
No,
mean?
he wasn't bad. Yeah,
I'm sorry,
he
yeah, I'm
wasn't
sorry,
bad.
yeah, I'm sorry. With the Rams, yeah, he wasn't terrible, man.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. I agree with that.
So if they
He
if
got him
they
to the
if
Super
they
Bowl.
So if they solve that problem with him, and then they got the wide receivers, I forgot the guy they drafted, but they kind of started wide receiver thing the last couple of years. They got some good running backs still, probably by committee, overall. Defense is probably going to be nasty. I don't know, man. Aaron Rodgers is gone, bro. That
Yeah.
chokehold, that chokehold on the north is gone, bro.
Yeah, but they still got to worry about the Vikings until it's proven. I see the Vikings winning that division.
Man, I tell you something, man. I think Kirk had his window. I think he had his window, man. I don't think. I mean, I'm not sure, but and you guys say if I'm wrong, but what did they do to upgrade that offense? I mean, that defense in the offseason.
Yeah, because their
What
offense is
moves did
fine.
they
It's their
make?
defense.
What moves did
Yeah.
they make? Man, I
They
didn't see any.
always they always had a defensive issue when it comes to
They
um, you
had the
know,
worst passing
it-
defense in the league last year,
It
CJ.
was
yeah,
bad
yeah, I
last year,
know.
bro.
I
It was.
know.
I
That's what
mean,
I'm saying.
it was
Like that
bad.
their defense has always been an issue, when it comes
They were.
to trying to get them over the hump. You know what I'm saying?
They
So
were. They were
um
historically bad last year.
yeah, yeah, most definitely. So we coming towards the end of the show. So this is why I'm glad I have you guys here because this is what me and Champ do. We have early hot and cold takes, right?
Mm.
Yeah,
Early
Oh,
this
hot
hot.
is
and
fun.
Okay.
Everybody
cold
gonna love
take.
this. This is fun. It's
Okay.
fun.
So this is the part where before the season starts, We have some early hot takes and some early cold takes, and then we revisit towards the middle of the season. We go back and we look at these early hot takes and these early cold takes, and see where we at with them. It's like a before and an after, right? So last
Okay.
season, my before was we going 20-0.
Right. I remember that.
I do too, because he had all us
You
on
kept
board with
saying it.
Kool-Aid
You kept
Abby.
saying it.
And
Oh man.
it just ain't work out like that. Right?
It
It
sure
ain't work
did.
out like that. So
Yeah, not at all.
my early hot take is Chase Young is gonna win comeback player of the year. He's gonna lead
I
he's
like
gonna
that.
lead the league. He's gonna lead the league in sacks this year as well.
Whoa. Whoa.
I
Hey,
don't know
see, that's
about
a
that
hell of a
one.
prediction, bro.
So
That's
is
a
that your
big
hot
one,
and
bro.
your cold? Is that your hot and your cold take?
My
No,
my
that's not.
cold my cold take is Sam Howell is going to end the season as a top 10 quarterback in the NFC.
Ooh, okay.
Hmm.
I
That's
can't
that's
tell the
giving me.
difference between a hot or cold take. I can't tell the
No,
difference.
that was hot, hot. There was no
Both of
cold
those
in
is hot.
between any of them.
Both of those is hot.
Not
Like,
not really because the quarterback list for the NFC is really not that impressive.
oh, you said
It's
top of
not.
the
You're
NFC
right.
East.
No, he said the NFC period, top 10
Oh, okay,
NFC
okay,
period.
okay. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Who's next?
Telly.
Man, oh man, I don't know. I guess I got a couple of them. And I guess they pretty much more predictions than hot takes, right? So I'm gonna say my hot take is the Ravens winning the Super Bowl. Um,
Mm,
Hmm.
Bijan
Hmm.
Robinson
mm.
gonna lead the league in rushing. Um,
Hold on, tell you, is that offensive rookie of the year? You predicting?
Bijan,
What?
of course,
Yeah. All right.
of
Okay.
course.
He
And,
gonna have
Okay.
that B-Sign
and
trade till the wheels
so,
fall off.
so I think that the Eagles and the Ravens end up in the Super Bowl. I think the Eagles win 12 games, the Commanders win 11 games, and my cold take is the Cowboys and the Giants do not make the playoffs, and Mike
What?
McCarthy gets
Gets
fired
fired.
mid-season.
Ooh, mid-season,
On
Hey,
record,
that's
mid-season.
on
hey,
record,
that's
Billy.
infernal hot. That's infernal hot.
On record, Billy,
Jerry,
baby.
I don't think Jerry's fired a head coach mid-season in
Mid-season,
like the
Mike
last
McCarthy
20
has
years.
gone.
Yeah,
Trust me, when they
I give
4
him
and 10,
I give him
yeah,
week
they
5.
gone.
Wow, okay.
I give him week 5.
So
I made that bet already. I give him
Oh
week
wow.
5.
Wow. I don't know
I'm gonna
about
go
week
last.
5
Prez,
yet,
you
BJ.
Glenn or Prez, y'all go next. I go last.
okay, I go.
Prince. Oh, go ahead, Glenn. Go ahead, Glenn.
Um, my hot take. My hot take is gonna be that the 49ers are gonna win the Super Bowl. Um, another hot take is the Commanders are gonna start off 4-0. Um, and my cold take is that Jacoby Brissett is gonna start 3 games for the Commanders.
Okay. I like that one. It's different.
Okay. Wow. I'm still trying to figure out how to get a cold take here, but
Oh my
my hot
God.
my hot take is that the Commanders go into Dallas, first game in Dallas undefeated. That's my hot take. That's my hot take. Yeah, put it
What
out there.
what week is that? What week is that?
That's week 9 or week. I gotta look. I got my calendar.
Hold on, wait,
It's a
wait,
few.
wait. Hold on, wait.
No.
Your hat.
Tell me,
Say that
TJ.
again. Say that
That
again.
command that the Commanders roll up against Dallas undefeated. That first matchup, we undefeated.
That's week 9.
Wow.
Yep, week 9. There it is.
Eight
There it
and
is.
oh.
That means he beat teams like Denver. We beat Buffalo. We beat yeah. But I
Eagles.
think yep. Listen. That defense is gonna be nasty.
I'm writing that
All
one down.
Sam gotta do is just be pretty good. And that's gonna be some good matchups for us, bro. Our defense is gonna be, I think, our strong suit again, but the
Week
offense is gonna give us some points this year.
week
Yeah.
9. Commanders
Um.
undefeated, rolling into Dallas.
What's your code take?
Damn, man, I don't know how to do a cold take. I guess, a cold take would be talking about the Vikings. I don't think the Vikings make the playoffs this year. I think they really
Okay.
don't. I think the Vikings probably barely win 8 games this year.
Okay.
That's my cold take.
Kamish, what's your hot take for the season? And what's your code take, brother?
The
Did you hear
hot
my
take
hot
is
take?
hot take is easy. The hot take is that we take in the division. Um, we take in the
Okay.
division and we sweep in the Giants, bro. Like we're sweeping the Giants. We're gonna split with
I'm
them
with you on
and we
that.
sweeping the Giants. Cold take.
Yeah.
Uh, cold take is the Miami Dolphins are posers. They're not who we think they are.
Yeah.
I
Let me
love
see
all that.
before we
I love
go.
all that.
Yeah. I agree. I
I
love that one
like
too.
that. I
I love that
like
one too.
that one.
Now, look, I
That's a
do think
good one.
Miami gonna end up with Dalvin Cook, so I don't know if that changed your prediction.
That does a little bit, Telly. I was great saying let him get
All
Dalvin
Wait, is
because I
that
just don't think
confirmed?
that thing is not right now. It's shaky. But Dalvin could solidify that foundation a little bit.
I don't
Is
know.
that
Like
confirmed? Or is that just rumors?
me
That's
personally,
it's
It's
just
just
rumors.
rumors.
It's just rumors.
Yeah, but I
I'm
think
I'm
that's
a,
where
I'm
he ends
I'm
up
a,
though.
I'm gonna go out and say this. I don't think their head coach is as impressive. I think he
Mike
had a good
McDaniel.
first year. Yeah, I think he had a good first year, and I think now people starting to figure out his mindset out to where I don't think he will be as effective as he was year one, and I think that they're just going to be the regular Dolphins. You know, they're going to
But
fight.
CJ,
They're going to fight in the regular season, but they're not going to come out like for instance, you see how good they look in the beginning, and then they fell off, and they fell to like what they were like third or maybe
but you gotta
two in
keep
the
in mind
division.
Tua being gone. But here's why I say I don't know because Mike McDaniel had a third string quarterback that we probably none of us ever heard
Mike
of.
McDaniel was the reason why two is in the situation
True,
he's in
true,
now.
true. But I'm saying he had a third string quarterback almost kneecap the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs. I don't
Who
know,
you
man.
talk you talking about I
I
forgot
don't know
what's
his name, bro. I don't know his
his name
name. See, that's what I'm saying.
Sly
What's his name?
Johnson, something like that. His name was
What's his
Sly
name?
Johnson,
I
something
don't
like
know.
that. But I mean,
All right, hold on. I'm gonna
I
give
don't
y'all
know.
guys my hot take and stuff real quick.
oh yeah, my bad. Go
Uh,
ahead.
my hot take is this. I think Sam Cosmi is going to win it, go Pro Bowl as a guard this year.
Mm.
And my cold take, I'll also see the Commanders winning the playoff game this year as well. My cold take is this. I really don't see the Jets winning that division. They might get in wild card, but I'm not sold on them. Just not. I'm not yet. I'm not sold on them. That's
So,
just my
so,
hot take.
so do
But I
you
think
have?
we're gonna actually get a Pro Bowl lineman this year. I think Cosby is gonna be that guy.
So
Here's
do
my
you? So do you have a? Do you have like the Patriots resurging or Miami just being really good like that, or who do you have winning the division?
Until it's been proven, I'm still gonna give that division to the Bills.
mm.
Until you go, you know how the game go. We got to go up to the hardest person on the block to be that guy. You got to knock his damn head off.
I'm
So
gonna
if
go out.
anybody else in that division feel like they want to come up and mess with Josh Allen, them I got them still winning it. I'm not
Hey,
sold on the
hey,
Dolphins because I'm
champ,
not a huge fan of Tour.
hey champ, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this.
What's
I
that,
think
bro?
I think the Bills are frauds too.
We gonna find out. They in the playoffs every year, bro.
I
I
think the
don't think they
Bills.
frauds, bro. I think they
I
can
think
really
they're
play ball. I
frauds.
don't think they frauds, bro.
I think they frauds, man. And here's why. I
I'm
think
listening.
they
Go ahead.
think they've gotten by. I think they've gotten by too much with the division that they in, right? And hear me out when I say this. They were in the division with three young quarterbacks that was still developing. You had you got macaroni and cheese in New England. You know you got
He's
you
a
got
backup at best. Go
you
ahead.
know and
Macaroni and cheese is crazy.
even then at that point they didn't know whether to go with mac and cheese or zap me out thunder. You know what I'm saying? So, and then
That's fair.
you got Tua who was in a freak accident, and then you put in Teddy can't get by Bridgewater, and then and then you got the rookie that you played at the end of the season, and then in the Jets, then with the Jets, you got Mister I can't keep my girl. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Mister I can't keep my girl, and then you put in Mike White, and then Joe Flacco. So the only apparent team there was the Bills. So now I think with the Jets coming off with Aaron Rodgers,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's the competition right there, right? You said it
Mm-hmm.
yourself. And then you got the Patriots where I think they can be all in on macaroni and cheese now. I don't
I think
know
they're
yet.
going to be a wild card team. That defense is
And
too
then
But
consistent. It's good.
and then as much as much
I
as I
agree with
don't
that.
as much as I don't think Mike McDaniels is as impressive anymore, I think that he knows what to do just to keep the Dolphins competitive in that division. So I just don't think the Bills will be as dominant as they have been in that division because everybody around them in that division is starting to be solidified in a sense.
CJ,
So
So,
but
okay,
also,
CJ, answer this question. Who has, out of that whole division, who has the most damn reliable quarterback out that division?
of course it's
the
the
Jets.
Bills.
It's the Jets.
Once again, it comes back to my point. They solidified at QB, and he had one of
Wait,
the best quarterbacks in
hold
the
on,
league,
hold
period.
up.
He's one of
Josh
the
Allen more
best.
reliable than Aaron Rodgers?
Yo, I
Here-
can't
What
believe
about
y'all
here-
gonna
here's
listen.
why I
Hey,
said that.
Kelly, I think what DFA Champ is saying is the consistency. We didn't say I'd never say Aaron Rodgers is not reliable,
Who's
but
been more consistent than
he on a
Aaron
new
Rodgers?
squad. Yeah,
Oh
he on
no,
a
bro,
new
it's
squad.
nothing
I'm
against
just saying
Aaron.
because he on a new squad.
They
That's
the
all.
Jets, bro. I don't. The Jets, the Lions, the Browns. Until I see different, that's what they are.
So so
Until
so
I see
No,
different.
Hey,
Aaron Rodgers
champ,
had a bad year last year and threw for
hold up,
3,600
hold up.
yards.
I mean, yeah.
champ.
So
Don't
Oh
He
be
was
yeah,
hey,
almost
champ,
A-Rod is like
4,000
that.
yards every
A-Rod
champ.
year
is like
for the
that.
here's
last
here's
15
here's
years.
why here's why
A-Rod
here's
is like that, bro. No doubt.
here's why I said Josh Allen, right? Because Josh Allen has had the same consistent coaching since he's been in the league, right? With Aaron Rodgers, he came in with Mike McCarthy and then had Matt LaFleur and now he has Robert Salas now. So to
He
be
still
honest,
got Hackett in his corner though, bro. That's
The
yeah,
He
only
what's.
got
problem
Let
Hackett in his
me
is
corner.
he
He
let
got
me
Hackett
say
in his
something.
corner, and he's a coach. Aaron's a coach himself, bro. Listen.
right.
He
Thank
that's
you.
the thing. You can't forget that part, bro. He's the coach, really. Let's just be honest about
And
yeah,
that.
let's and look and listen to this. Watch this. Real talk. This is true. Aaron Rodgers has a more talented team around him with the Jets than he did the year he won the Super Bowl.
I 100% agree with that.
I'm telling you, bro. It's gonna be
No, he got
scary
the rookie
hours.
of the
It's gonna be
year
scary hours,
last
bro.
year in Garrett. Don't forget he got Brees Hall coming back, who was killing the league before he got hurt. They got a
Yeah,
monster defense. Come
yeah.
on.
The only issue they had last year in terms of offense was they had inconsistency with that left tackle position because the guy they drafted, he got injured, overweight, different things for the last couple of years. If they've solidified the issue across the offensive line, just legitimately, man, just being genuine about it, bro. It's scary hours with the Jets, man. It
I
really
think
is, man.
the only thing stifling the Jets that we hate using this word is injury. If the injury bug happens to Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers is not Tom Brady. Tom Brady was
Sure,
on some whole different stuff. He was
sure.
spinning blood and sleeping in a chamber and stuff like that. Your boy Aaron Rodgers, he went into a dark cave, right? He's not. I don't know if he's taking care of his body like Brady, but
But no, wait a
if
minute,
for
hold up.
some
Now,
reason,
when has Aaron Rodgers ever been hurt? He's healthy and
right?
plays
That's what
16,
I'm saying, Telly.
17
That's
games
what I'm saying,
every
Telly.
year.
Right, that's what I'm saying, Telly. But I just had a feeling that he's getting to that point in his career that if
That
he does take a hit, it's not going to be the same like it used to be.
the
It just yeah.
And we
the
forget that
year we
last year.
beat him,
We
the
forget,
year we beat him, he was out for like 6 weeks with that bad ankle. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
but we
And then the
all,
year
but we
before
also,
that, he missed some games too. So he has a
yeah, he missed about
tendency to
two, three
get
games
hurt
that
from
year.
time to time.
But we also forget we also forget that last year, before the season and they went on a 6 game win streak, whatever it was. I mean, they like Aaron Rodgers figures it out. He had three young pups, and by the time they got to late in the season, I mean, one game from missing the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? The point I'm saying is that Aaron Rodgers, to Chris's point, he's a coach, he's a GM, he's a tax attorney, he's a accountant. I mean, he
I,
he 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 can do whatever it needs to be done to get the job done,
I
man.
don't I
And
don't think I just
I,
don't
it's,
think
it's hard to bet against him,
he
CJ.
can. I don't think he can grasp with the young guys though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's a
What?
reason. And
Whoa,
to be honest, I think that's the
that's
reason
your
why.
that's your hot take
Hear
right
me
there.
out. Hear me out. Hear me out. It's a reason why he kept bringing in guys like Cobb. You know what I'm saying? Back with the Green Bay because I just don't think he does well with trying to grasp with the young guys. You
No,
know,
but every quarterback,
you know how
every
long
quarterback
you know how
needs a
long it took
guy.
you know how long it took to finally get things on par with Christian Watson last season. You know how long it took before
It took him
everything
like it took him like almost 8, 9
so
games, but I'm just
so
saying they
so
figured it
so
out.
now with Garrett Wilson, now you got Garrett Wilson, and now you got who's that tight end? I forgot the tight end name.
But Nathaniel Hackett was missing from Green Bay, who had been with
Sure.
him for like 4 seasons
Yeah,
before that.
yeah.
He's back
That's all
now.
good and all.
He's
That's
back
all
now.
good and
Nah,
all.
CJ, but you can't dismiss that, bro. You can't dismiss that.
I'm not dismissing it. I'm just going by what I've seen from Aaron Rodgers, man. I love the guy. I wouldn't bet against him at all. But what I do know is he struggles trying to grasp with the young guys. He
No,
struggles.
this is another thing you're missing out too, though. And correct me if I'm wrong, fellas. Correct me if I'm wrong. The AFC is more difficult than the NFC because you got to understand when he's in Green Bay, he was top dog. He's considered one of the top dogs. You know they was going to win that division every year. Now you in the AFC. He's around other dog quarterbacks as well that he's going to have to
Oh
compete
yeah,
with
for
as
sure.
well.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a cakewalk for the Jets. Yes,
And
they're talented. I'm not saying that they talented they
But
very talented,
watch this, champ.
but it's not going to be a
Without
cakewalk.
without Aaron Rodgers last year, how many games did the Jets win?
Yeah, they won what 7? They won 7, right?
Yeah, I believe it was 7. That's
Yeah.
my point. That's my point, bro. I'm telling you, man. Aaron
Aaron Rodgers,
Rodgers
I get
is
what you're
gonna
saying.
come
Aaron
on
Rodgers
this
is an
team,
extra
bro.
3 wins on that 7. I
He's
get
gonna
what you're
come on
saying, bro.
this team, man, and make a big difference, bro. They were just a quarterback away, man. Just a quarterback
But
away,
like I said,
bro.
we got to see. I'm interested to see. I'm definitely interested to see.
I
Hey,
got
we just
another.
had a big
Hey,
hire. Like the
CJ, can I
Commanders
ask it?
just.
Can I?
I'm
Go,
No,
sorry.
brother
go ahead.
Kelly.
You said
I
we had
mean,
a big hire.
John Com just reported that like we just hired somebody, and he
Who?
said that it was the first big hire by Josh Harris. I'm not sure who it is, but it just came across my timeline.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
man.
breaking news. Hey man, if you're gonna break some news, Kelly, you gotta break some news.
I know, but it says confirmed.
Anybody got a over and under on how many players we're going to send to the Pro Bowl this year?
I ain't thought about that.
You know what?
This year, I felt like we should have had 4.
So, hey, I'm gonna
Oh, CJ, you about to
going
hot
out
take
on a limb.
this?
I'm going out on a limb. Give me between 8 or 10. Give me
8 or
between 8 or
10.
10. Give me between
Woo!
8 or 10 guys.
The only way you get 8 or 10, let me tell
Damn.
you, the only way you get 8 or 10,
Name
you
them.
got to win the division, and you got to go to the
Let
NFC
me name them.
Championship, bro. That's how you get 8 or 10.
Not even
Let
the
me name
greatest
them.
show on
Let
turf
me
put
name
up
them.
eight players in the Pro Bowl.
Let me name them.
Okay,
Good.
Terry,
sure.
Jahan, Logan Thomas.
Oh,
Hit me out.
just
Hit me
lost me.
out.
CJ, you 1.5 right now. Let's go though.
Hit me out. Logan Thomas.
Wait a minute, Tim. We'll talk about that in a minute, though.
Logan
Go ahead. I'm
Thomas.
listening.
Right? That's 3 so far.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
listening.
The entire D line. That's
Oh
7.
my God, the entire D
That's
line.
7. The entire D line. That's 7.
CJ
Okay,
talking
CJ.
crazy.
Okay. Give me the 3. Your next 3.
Kendall Fuller.
I'm
Cam
not gonna argue
Sims.
with you on that.
Cam Sims. I mean, not Cam Sims.
Oh,
Don't do that to
Cam
me. You
Curl.
know
Cam
my man,
Curl.
dog. Don't do me like
Cam
that, fam.
Curl.
Don't do that.
Cam
Cam
Curl.
Curl. I would love
Uh-huh.
that. I would love that. I would love
And,
that.
and Emmanuel Forbes. Because Emmanuel Forbes going to have 7 picks. 7 picks.
Hey,
He's going to
if
have
Sauce
7
Gardner can
picks.
do it, why can't
Hold up.
E-Man? Yeah.
I'm calling it. I was going to say I'm going to add my hot take. Emmanuel Forbes, 7 picks, 6 pick sixes.
Six
Calling
pick
Damn.
sixes.
Whoa.
Bro, that's
That's
all
an
pro.
NFL record. That's an
Hey,
NFL
Glenn,
record.
what's wrong with your boy, yo?
That's an
What's wrong with your
NFL
boy?
record. That's an NFL record. CJ, that's an NFL record. 6 pick
Calling it.
sixes, bro. Hey, but
Hey,
real talk,
hey.
that's
Bro,
crazy.
that's topping Dion in his bench here, bro.
If y'all know anything about the HOGside, man, if y'all know anything about the HOGside, man, TJ got hot takes, man. I got hot takes.
CJ got a lot of hot takes.
So if I could interject and add one more hot take, CJ said something. My hot take is breakout player of the year will have the best career this year is gonna be the best career he had, and that's tight end Logan Thomas.
I can realistically see that happening. I can realistically see that happening.
Y'all really sleeping on Logan Thomas, man.
I
No,
am. I'm
A
sleeping. I'm
healthy
sleeping
Logan Thomas
on.
is
I'm
a
sleeping.
healthy Logan Thomas is gonna be Sam Howell's safety net, and he is gonna be a monster in the red zone. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, if he stays healthy, just listen to me, bro. I'm telling you, he
can
is
I
gonna be Sam Howell's safety net.
can I
like
say
not
And
one
it's
even
thing?
gonna
Can I
get
say
it's
can I
gonna
say one
get
thing?
so bad.
real
It's gonna
quick.
get so bad that he's giving it to Logan Thomas that Jahan and Terry just gonna be running buck naked down the field because they're gonna be so scared of Logan in the middle of the field.
Real
Can I
quick,
say one
Chris.
thing about that? Go
Real
ahead, go
quick,
ahead,
Chris.
No,
go ahead, bro.
Not even trying to use the example of Kansas City. Let's go back to when Alex Smith was at quarterback and how Logan Thomas was out there grabbing the red zone touchdown passes.
For
Like people,
670 yards and and
bro,
5 touchdowns.
people forget about that though, bro. Hey,
But
hey, hey,
again,
hey, hey,
listen,
Terrence. Hey, Terrence.
yeah,
You
yeah,
said 600 plus and 5 touchdowns, right?
right.
And Logan Thomas only played 8 games that season because he got injured too.
Got to. So
So
listen, I want to say something. I
then
want to say something right there
before,
because you were there with
before you try to name
you were
stats,
with me. You were
also
with me, CJ.
also put out there the games he played.
No, you just so you were there with me at camp, right? When Logan came up and I got a chance to talk to him, he told this other fan who he gave his cleats to. I was like, damn, I know he was giving away his cleats, but he gave his dudes his cleats, whatever. Anyway, he said to us that
next one, Joe.
they're running the same offense that Kansas City ran. So he was like, even if I do half the numbers that Kelsey has, he said, imagine what that's going to be. Because the guy asked him, how do you feel about the season? He said, it's going to be a great year. And he was saying that, we're running the same offense. If I do half of what Kelsey did, it's going to be a good year. I'm not doubting that Logan is capable. That capability and skill isn't my concern. What I'm saying to argue that is the amount of weaponry on this team at the receiver position versus what Kansas City had in terms of just coming into and ingrained in the offense. Kelsey was, 1,300 yards for 1,200, 1,300, 1,100. Go look at his numbers. For the last 8 years, he's been doing at least 1,100 yards a season. So he is a number one option, clearly.
Yeah.
On this team, Logan Thomas, at best, would be a number 3 or 4 option. Red zone targets, Chris, I agree with you. Red zone, he and Cole Turner and guys like Antonio Gibson, Kurt Samuel, be able to line up and do different things and mismatch and all that kind of stuff. They should eat in the red zone. I really see them having more touchdowns, probably than Terry or Jahan. But just overall, if just looking at other tight ends in the league, in the NFC, it'll be hard for me to see Logan making the Pro Bowl.
Okay, so this is
over
why I
other
say
guys.
that because if you look at our division with the Eagles defense, Stephon down there in Dallas, you're going to have times where Terry and Jahan not necessarily going to be able to get open. That's when the running game and the tight ends are going to have to get loose. That's why I'm saying that, bro. And the teams that we're playing are going to be
That's true.
similar, mirroring those teams in the NFC East. So we're not going to be just, throwing deep balls to Jahan and Terry. Not to say that's all they could do, but
right.
But Sam is going to be more comfortable when it gets to that time where that rush is coming and Logan knows how to, box out and get them tough yards, third and 3, third and 4.
Yeah,
those add up, bro. And he's going to, when we play those type of teams, those big games that we like to see, like, let's air it out 50 yards down the field, that might not happen. It's going to start being that smash mouth football. And when you do play that smash mouth football, your running backs and tight ends are who eat in that type of game. So I think that's why I said.
But talking about the NFC, so Kittle, what's the guy that the Vikings got from the Lions last year? I forgot his name.
Hockenson.
Yeah.
T.J. Hockenson. I'm just trying to think of NFC tight ends. What's the guy in Dallas who, showed some signs early on?
Was it Goddard? Is it Goddard or Schwartz? I think it's Schwartz.
Schwartz, and then I'm just trying to think about the NFC tight ends because when you start saying that, I started thinking a little bit. I mean, you're right. There
It's
will be
only
situations in games
it's
where
only
they
a
can be,
handful
they
of them.
can have success.
It's
But
only a
I mean,
handful of them.
so maybe you're right. I mean,
Because it
maybe
gets dirt.
Logan
It
can
gets
do it.
dirty. It's
Yeah.
not a glamour game. It gets dirty and down and
And,
dirty.
and EB said it. He's not glorifying off his stats. He just wants to win. I can
He
see.
wants to win.
You can see
But
Logan
you
across
gotta
the middle.
remember, that's why I said Logan's gonna open it up for John. That's why I said once you start eating, them running backs is getting your see the running backs gonna wear down their front, their opposite front defense. Then you're gonna have in the middle of the field mismatch with Logan on a tight end. You're gonna start getting tired. The next thing you know, there goes Terry and Jahan in the third and fourth quarter, just eating people alive,
Chris,
bro.
Thank you.
That's a very good point. Very good, guy.
Thank you for
That is
bringing
a good
that
point,
up,
Chris.
because the crazy thing is, I know a lot of people so focused on the passing game because of Kansas City, right? And while I will say that EB, did have a lot of influence on the offense, but that was still Andy Reid, regardless of what everybody want to say it is, right? But now with EB taking the helm and seeing how EB really loves the run game, I'm telling you, yo, like I get that a lot of people so focused on that pass, but I'm telling you, man, this running game.
That's what I said. EB wants to put his own stamp. EB wants to put a stamp. He wants to make his. He don't want to be known as the coach who came from Kansas City and ran a Kansas City offense. He wants to put his own stamp on things, and I think that he's going to do that with hard nose, running the ball, and then once, like I said, it's just going to open it up for so much other things. And he's going to say, when you see it, he's like, we know what EB's offense looks like. We're going to start to see it develop, and that's what I'm interested in. Outside of Sam, and I know we focus on the quarterback position so much, but outside of Sam, man, when this team finally clicks and gels, and when we see that, everybody, all y'all right here, will know when it happens. We're gonna see the game, and we're gonna know the game when it happens. Say, this is when we have arrived, bro, and that's it.
I mean, it's possible that Logan can, average something like 4 catches.
Ooh, wait a minute.
50-some yards,
Hold on. Real quick, Chris. Commanders hired Thad Shealy as a consultant. Shealy was the COO of the Atlanta Hawks and helped develop MetLife Stadium. His stadium expertise will be crucial. The team looks towards the future.
Here we go. You know that was going to happen soon, because I don't know if y'all heard, but they said to have the stadium ready for when they have to have it ready, they need to start like within the next couple months. The ball has to start rolling for that in the next couple months.
Absolutely.
So it's not something that's going to be a year from now. They have to start that thing like ASAP.
But the quote I saw was by 2030, and then they were going to make improvements to FedEx Field. So
hold on, I thought it was 2027 when the lease was up.
Yeah, it was 20.
No.
They want to have it finished. Because the government, they're not going to wait till 2030, bro. What I'm telling you, they're not going to put.
They said buy, so it can be before.
The governor was on there talking about they got $400 million in a kitty right now, just waiting to hand it to them. Like, here, you can have.
Sure.
They say aggressively. PG County said they're aggressively trying to keep the stadium here. That's number one.
Yeah, absolutely. And and to piggyback off Chris is like this is how monumental this is because the moment the deal was finalized, everybody, every council member of each county or each city that said, "Oh, we don't want no parts of this, we don't want no parts of that," they said, "Hey, look, hey, you say you want what? You say you want one of the city? We'll make it work."
Right.
Muriel
Right.
Bowser came out.
They was all dope boys.
Hey, look, Muriel Bowser even said, "Hey, look, let's create a DC sports team council where we can talk. Where if you need to talk to anybody about building stadiums or anything inside of the city, we got a council for that. And I'm like,
yeah, they are. Yep.
You got a council for it.
You're like,
they all became dope boys real quick. Like, what you need? I got that. What you need? Yeah.
Absolutely.
They just wanted to get Dan off the spot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I bet you if we had Marion Barry, we have a stadium next week.
Oh
Hell
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, no question.
Rest in peace to the great. Rest in peace to the goat.
Rest in
Yeah,
peace. Rest in
not at
peace.
all, man. Not at all. He's right. He be on it, man. But yeah, that's a breaking news, but it's also consistent with what I think they know is and they're showing is their kind of first real order of business is to solidify that stadium. Give fans something to be excited about, and to create kind of a mecca for what is to be a winning franchise, for years to come. So that's exciting for sure. It's exciting, man.
Yeah.
It's
So
exciting.
just like we said, man, like they of course we all know that the actual the stadium itself the lease is up is 2027, and
Hmm.
the ownership group said that they want to at least be have the new stadium done by 2030. I think it's 20. I think it's 2034. Don't quote me on that though. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning because I saw the interview he did outside. I guess it was still where they had the meetings, but it was outside the room with a woman, and in an interview with her, he
right.
was talking about by 2030, which of course again could still be before. So I wasn't really sure what that meant. So it's 2023 now. I'm not sure how long it takes. Maybe you guys have paid attention to other teams. How long does it take to get a stadium up off the
I
ground?
just
Like
I
I
just
don't know.
googled it. I just googled it. Said on average, professional sports stadiums take between 2 to 3 years to finish, start to finish. So that's not a long. They said
Yeah, yeah,
Las Vegas Raiders stadium took 31 months. That's not a long time, bro.
Yeah,
that's
it's not a
not.
long time at all. Yeah.
They could get that stadium up and
Yeah,
running, bro. They once
that's under 3 years right there.
2027.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow.
honestly, I think the only reason why they given it this time frame is because of the sole fact of they don't have a location yet. Where in Las Vegas they already knew where they could put it at.
Right,
You know,
right.
yeah.
the LA Stadium SoFi, they already knew different
Yeah,
spots where they can put it at.
yeah.
There's nowhere that you can just say, oh, let's just plug a stadium right here, because Virginia, they don't know if they want a stadium yet. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
I don't I don't want it in Virginia. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it
Hell
out there. I
no.
don't want it in
I
Virginia.
don't
That's not
I don't
us.
want it in Virginia either. Yeah, I don't want it in Virginia either. I think the best way to do it is you keep the training camp somewhere in Virginia. You keep this and just keep the stadium more metro local. Between DC or Maryland. That's
I
just
got
that's
DJ,
to.
can I
Makes
ask a quick
sense.
question? Because I can't stay on much longer, but I got a quick question that just kind of segue into what we just said. We don't like talk about it, but I'm just going to ask this. We already changed our name. We're no longer the Redskins, right? We went through this name change stuff. If they
right.
were to move the stadium to Virginia, is
Hmm.
it any? Are we still the same team anymore? So hear me out. So now you just took the original name and now you moved it to Virginia. Who are we?
Virginia Commanders.
But they did the stat where most of the season ticket holders live in Virginia.
No, no, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about as an organization, as a legacy, as a where who are we now?
Oh, right.
Is
It's
it
gonna
Are
be
is
a
you
it
the
split.
is it
It's
the
Washington?
gonna be
same
a
Are you
split
team?
the
fan base.
Washington command? Are you the Washington
It's
About
gonna be a
Redskins?
split fan base,
about
hands down.
Yeah.
about that stat though, Prez. The only
Yeah.
reason why that stat is the way it is because of he who should not be named.
Okay.
Um, of he because the fan base itself, as far as season tickets holders and
Uh huh.
actual ticket holders, um, DC residents just was overpowered. It was overpowered. You know what I'm saying? Because they had Super Bowls in RFK. So at the
Oh man.
time, the ticket sales was through the roof. But then Dan Snyder came in, ticket sales was drastically going down year after year,
Sure.
year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. But I think that once we start winning games, once this new stadium or this new design of a stadium gets put into place, I'm liking the changes they making to FedEx already, based off what they already showed us. It makes me want to buy into the suites now. Oh my gosh, Jesus Christ, it makes me want to buy into the suites right now.
Hey guys,
Whoa.
CJ, before you go, I gotta say good night to y'all.
What's
I
that,
gotta take care of
10K?
some business real
Yeah,
quick.
we about
Yeah.
to get off too,
CJ,
bro.
good
Good
having
night,
you on,
man.
Yeah,
bro.
Thanks
good
for
to see
coming
you,
on.
Chris. Good to
So
see you,
before
All
brother.
right,
you
bro.
before
Be
you leave,
well,
I
man.
do want to end it because I do got to go as well. So I
Okay.
do want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your busy schedule for joining us.
Thanks,
Thank
fellas. Thank you.
Thank you for having
everybody
me, man.
else. Thank everybody else. A round of applause to everybody else who's been watching, who stuck with us for 2 hours. This is great. We love having the fans to definitely chime in with us every time. So definitely if you guys would like to come on our show and talk football just like we have for the 2 hours, it's very entertaining. Just make sure you guys do that. Also, just want to let you guys know that the Hog Side is on Twitter, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram. Make sure you follow us at the Hog Side. You guys see the Twitter handle right there. Follow DMV Champ. Prayers, where can they find you at? Mr. Glenn, where can they find you at, man?
Man, right now, my main focus is on Twitter at Commander Prayers. Come, chop it up with your boy. I'm trying to post stuff each day if I can, and just try to keep the dialogue going, man. Appreciate you guys for having me.
Nah, bro, you welcome to come back on anytime too, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Mr.
Glenn, you
Glenn.
still there? Or you floating, baby? Are you floating?
Nah, I'm
Glenn,
still here. I'm
he
still
must have lost
here.
his
Can
game
y'all
in
hear
bad. He
me?
must have lost his game. Yeah.
Nah. We focus on the game, man. Look. Listen. If you have a significant other, I tell you, go out and get this game. It's called It Takes Two. Let me tell you, it'll
Oh, I
have
got
y'all
that, dude.
screaming and hollering at each other, but have y'all laughing and giggling at the same time. It's intense. We need to end of the game, so I'm sorry. I apologize.
Really?
But
Oh,
okay,
hey,
so
hey, Glenn, DM me, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll DM you the game. Yeah,
Okay.
y'all can find me at Mr. Glenn. Twitter, it's at Mr. underscore Glenn. Um, and it's at Glenn Schultz on Twitter. That's my main focus. I'm not really on any other social media, so you can catch
Yep.
me on Twitter.
Me too, bro. That's where we at right
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry, catch me at X now. It
Yeah,
ain't
Good
Twitter
night.
no more.
we can't say Twitter no more, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
instead of
fellas,
tweets, we
once
sending
again,
out
man,
zoots.
thank y'all so much, man. It was fun always chopping up with y'all. Fam, as always, man. Y'all enjoy the
Hey,
rest of y'all evening.
y'all, yeah,
Yes,
you
One love,
sir,
guys
man.
know
y'all.
what it
Appreciate you.
is. I'm your host, CJ. This is the co-host, DMV Champ. This is Mr. Glenn, Mr. Prez. We wish you guys a good night. You ain't got to go home, but y'all got to get the hell up
Get,
out of
get the
here.
hell out of here.
We'll catch y'all later next week. Next week, we're gonna be talking about something much more interesting. So make sure you stay tuned. We will be releasing the topics of discussion throughout the middle of the week. And of course, you guys always know, always check with us for more updates, and always give us more topics, throughout the week on Twitter and on Facebook. We will be looking. All right,
Yes,
you guys
sir.
enjoy your day, and peace out.